Hi, welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. Today we're going to take a look at some of the damage that the recent frost did down here in Florida. Let's go take a look. This is my papaya tree that I tried to cover. I got a feeling it's not doing so well. Now, let's see. No, it's not doing so well. The question is this going to be enough to survive? It might be. It feels fairly solid. I'm going to have to come out here and cut this top off. As for these little ones down here, maybe. We'll see. They got down to the high 20s for a couple of hours down here, and it really does its damage. I had placed a lot of my trees in the shed. Even though they're in there, they still got damaged, a lot of them. This is a jade plant, and what I'm doing is just going around and clipping off the damaged parts, because the plant will try to repair those parts and it's really useless. So why have it put energy into doing something that's not going to really work? So you have to come down and kind of trim these things pretty heavily. These Texas ebony trees are alive, but they're kind of in shock a little bit from the cold weather. The other plants mostly made it okay. You got some burning here on this Fukienti, and I'll get rid of some of this stuff, and this should come back okay. The Ming trees, even though they're inside, still seem to feel the effects of the cold more than the other trees. So what I do here is I just go and cut off the branches that aren't really too stable. This one here looks like it might be okay, so I'll leave it alone. Over here on this one, I'll get rid of most of these. And just hope they come back. And they usually do. So we'll see what happens with them. All the leaves are dead. But I think the plant itself is alive. And once the weather changes a little bit, I think these will come back. What I like to do is get the dead leaves off. So I'll come back here and just strip some of these branches down. Get the leaves off. That'll help its recovery start a little sooner. This is an older ficus tree that I have that's really looking like it took the worst of it. I'm going to go and put some new sphagnum moss in the bottom and just hope that it makes a comeback. I think it's still got good potential to come back. These are pretty healthy plants. This is my big Ming tree that I dug out of the ground and transplanted, and everything on top of it got killed. I've just cut it down completely, and just hoping that it has enough of a deep root structure in here to have survived and that it'll come back. Just not sure. We'll see what happens. This jade plant, everything that I cut off just died on it. I think it'll come back. It's just going to take a little time, because it does have nice green growing inside there, so I'm kind of hopeful for it. These sarissas and this mahogany, little mame, and a couple other little Fukienti. They were inside the shed, but they still suffered. There's another Ming tree that I've just cut back, cut off all the dead stuff. It looked pretty bad before. Even this sea grape still has a lot of discolored leaves, but they're usually pretty hardy, and that should come back also. Banana tree was in the shed, and I think it'll survive. My ginkgos are actually trees that usually survive the winter quite easily. They're quite used to it. Along with my mimosa that just looks terrible right now, but every year it looks like this, and then in the springtime, both of these, the ginkgos and the mimosas, get their buds and start to come back. This may be a Florida poinsettia, I'm not sure. Poinciana. It just looks terrible. We'll see if it makes it back or not. The whatever plant this is, I forget offhand, is doing pretty well and held out okay in the shed. Wing damage. Clipped it off. Here's a baobab tree that I always like to keep in the warmer temperatures if possible because they're native to Africa and Australia, and the cold temperatures seem to kill them. I think it may be okay. So the other trees are looking a little shabby, lost some leaves, but overall I think I may have done okay, and we'll see how things go. I'll keep you posted on it. Right now I'm going to work on some of these. Have fun with your bonsai.